Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Omari Desi. Thanks for clicking on this video. Thanks for joining in. Wow, it's been a while I've been on here. Like, I know it's been a while, and trust me, it's just life. Sometimes you just have to stay off social media, not in its entirety, but I had to stay off YouTube in terms of bringing out content, and for reasons beyond my control. And truth be told, this particular video I'm about to do, I was really contemplating doing it, but I just knew I needed to talk about it, say my own opinion, and see what I've learned, because I have been following this gist from day one, like from the beginning, and I just felt I have to say something. And who do I have to say it to? If not, my YouTube family or anybody that get to see this. So if you've not watched the reconciliation video between Nelo Okeke and Dyna Ekwueme, you need to watch that video before you come back here, before you get to see my own perspective or get to see my own point of view, so that it gives you an idea of what I'm talking about. Do you get what I'm saying? So go watch the video. Start with Dyna Ekwueme's video. We broke up, then I think Nelo Okeke's video is resettled or something like that. So go there before you come back to get my own point of view, and let's get right straight to it. Inside a crowd, 'cause I can't see you anywhere. I'm just gonna give you a backstory, because even if you watch the reconciliation video, you might not know what led to that. Even though they are talking about it, you might not really understand in its entirety. So there's this lady who did a video, I think early last year, talking about Port Harcourt YouTubers. I can't really remember the title. And in her thumbnail, she used Nelo Okeke and Dyna Ekwueme's picture in her thumbnail. I think that's like a new a thing on YouTube where you use people's picture. You might not necessarily talk about them, you might not necessarily speak bad about them, and you might also not necessarily speak good about them, but you're going to just use it as a form of clickbait or whatever the case may be. She used their pictures and she talked about both of them. She mentioned Dyna Ekwueme's name and she praised Dyna Ekwueme. She never mentioned Nelo Okeke's name, but I don't think she said anything nice about her. She talked about certain things that I don't really want to delve into, because I didn't really know the backstory before that time. But obviously, if you watch that video, you will know that she was praising one person and not praising the other person. I think she was even saying some negative things about the other person. Whatever her reason may be, I don't know. Now, a lot of things happened. Dyna Ekwueme commented, appreciating what she said about her. Nelo Okeke did a reaction video to that person's video. And, she said all kinds of things about friendship. She insulted the lady and just all types of things. And it brought about a lot of reactions. Like, people talked, people bashed Nelo Okeke, people defended Nelo Okeke. Just the YouTube streets was mad. It was crazy around that time. That was the first time I got to know about Dyna Ekwueme, and from that moment I subscribed to her channel and I actually really liked her content. Obviously, I didn't stop watching Nelo Okeke because it's none of my business. I am not somebody who, yes, I might have some opinions about you, but that shouldn't stop me from getting to know you better. So I kept on watching these people and I was just observing. I watched some people's reactions to Nelo Okeke's video, and a lot of things just happened. Around that time, I never really knew the relationship between Nelo Okeke and Dyna Ekwueme. I never knew they were close. It took me a while for me to know that, okay, these people were actually friends on YouTube. I don't know if they were friends before YouTube, but I saw a couple of pictures or videos of both of them. They did a lot of collaboration, or they did collaborations. Nelo Okeke was even one of the people that planned Dyna Ekwueme's bridal shower for our first baby, I think for our first child. So that made me know that these people were close. But I never knew, there was no certain thing about them not being friends anymore. It was just a gist flying everywhere, and I didn't take it seriously because I really didn't know anything about them. So fast forward the time when the Maya came to Nigeria, and there was a video where he talked about trying to bring them together. He knew that there was a tension between them, and the last time he came to Nigeria, he wanted to, as in he had both of them together. They were big YouTubers. They are the biggest Port Harcourt YouTubers, and he had them together talking about unity, togetherness, Africa, and all whatnot. And he's back in Nigeria, and he can't have both of them together. It was just kind of awkward for him, and somehow for him. So he was so scared, and he was like, he's going to try to bring them together. He tried, it was successful, but we did not see anything. They skipped the whole trashing out part, and we just saw both of them. Okay, they were able to stay in the same space, just talking about other things in general. So in my mind, I didn't have much opinions about that. It just made me understand that, wow, they were actually having issues, because I wasn't certain. Sometimes you just hear people say, oh, this person is not talking to this person, but none of them talk about it on their videos, and they let you know only what they want you to know. You can only speculate, you can only guess. So it made me realize that, wow, these people were really having issues. Okay, glad somebody has tried to resolve it for them, but in my mind, I knew that there was a lot more of resolving to do. They couldn't have ironed everything out right there. So there was a lot of, I just know that they were still going to have to talk about it if they really wanted to genuinely, make up and trash out their issues or move past the issues. A lot of people did reactions to that. They were so happy. I don't know if some of them were genuinely happy or if it was fake, but a lot of people actually did videos, positive videos. Some of the videos I saw, or the videos I saw, were positive videos, people jubilating, just thanking God that these two strong personalities, these two big YouTubers are finally back together. What people were scared of doing, somebody has done it, and it became successful. At least nobody walked out of the place. Now, I'm so late on this reconciliation video. I'm so late because I didn't have internet. I usually have free internet at midnight, so I didn't have on Sunday. So Monday midnight, I just went online and I saw people reacting to Nelo Okeke and Dyna Ekweme's reconciliation. I saw them hugging. I'm like, Yinka, what happened? Where have you been? So I just clicked on the video and I decided to watch. And thank God I started with Dyna Ekweme's one, because that was the beginning. I didn't even know that was the first one. That reconciliation video was hot. As in, I wouldn't lie, I was nervous watching it. I don't know why, because at some point in time, or most of the time, Nelo was very, very upset at certain things Dyna was saying. And Nelo is this kind of person, and she's this I don't care person. I've really watched her to try to understand the kind of person she is, and she's very outspoken. She says her mind. She might come off rude, but it's just who she is. So she was just cursing. She was upset about certain things. It was just a very, very intense video to watch. But from the beginning, I was able to appreciate the video. I was able to appreciate the sincerity, because that's just how two friends argue. That's just how two friends or two people, especially we Africans, or let me say Nigerians, when we are talking, we always want to talk over one another. So I was, in as much as it was intense, I was used to it. It wasn't new, but being able to see people bring that out is very, very commendable. Not everybody wants to bring that side of them. So they were both trying to say their own point of view. And the truth of the matter is, the major thing that caused their split up or their breakup as friends was assumption and misunderstanding. That's just the major thing. Dyna Ekwueme didn't like the fact that Nelo Okeke made a reaction video, and the reaction video Nelo Okeke made seemed to her as if she was actually attacking her. I think she just thought Nelo Okeke is not the kind of person who will make a reaction video to a small YouTuber's post about her or about them. So she felt for her to make that reaction video, it is me she's talking about. And Nelo Okeke was talking about fake friends or all those kind of things in a reaction video. So Dyna Ekwueme actually thought Nelo was talking to her. And that's where misunderstanding comes from, when you think somebody is doing this to you, when you think this is why this person is doing this, or this is why this is happening, without being certain, without knowing that this is not the reason why, this is not what is actually happening. You're just thinking it in your head, you're just assuming. So when Dyna Ekwueme, Nelo Okeke, when Nelo did the reaction, she said she called Dyna Ekwueme, trying to just laugh it off with her that you even see what happened, like blah blah blah. But Dyna Ekwueme didn't pick the call. She didn't, because she was already disappointed in Nelo. She already felt, okay, why are you calling me? I don't even know what you want to say. Maybe you want to insult me. That's my own guess. But she said she didn't know what Nelo wanted to say, and she was already disappointed because of the video she made. Like, you were actually talking to me in that video. I'm very sure that person was not that significant to you. I'm the one that is your friend. I'm the other person that she talked about in that video, and it seemed as if it was me you were talking to. She didn't pick her calls. Nelo said she called her more than once. She checked, sent her messages, sent her DMs, and she didn't respond to any of those things. So they were just arguing. It was so intense. It was so genuine. Like, I felt the genuinity in that video, because a lot of things Nelo didn't want to say, but she had to say just to prove her points. And it made me understand their two personalities. So as Nelo was, raising her voice, they were both raising their voices, but Nelo was more on the side of attacking, trying to say certain things, because as it was coming to her, as she was feeling, that's how she was saying. Diana was the calm person. She was like, okay, what you're saying is hurtful, but no problem, because of the fact that they are unique people. And it's always good when somebody is hot, you have to be calm. You are hot, the other person has to be calm, because when you guys both shout, one person will just burst out and it can turn into something else. This is who Nelo is, this is who Dyna Ekwueme is, and I appreciated the fact that they were able to still raise their voices, still analyze the issue, talk about the issue, have their differences without it being too aggressive. Do you understand? It was very intense, like I said, but it wasn't too aggressive. It wasn't unbearable to watch. It was just like, I just hope you guys settle at the end. I hope you guys end up realizing your mistakes and apologizing. And that was what happened. They realized their mistakes, especially Dana, because in as much as Dana had her assumptions, it was still an assumption. Nelo did not have any assumption, because she never at any point in time, she said she never even cared about Diana's comment to that person's video. It was somebody else's comment that she cared about, because she was closer to that person than Diana. I agree with her when she said, why would I call you if the intention of my reaction video was to bash you? I wouldn't call you. Like, I've already made up my mind. That's the reason why I did that video, directly subbing you. So there's no point calling you severally. Like, what's the point? The deed has been done. Not like I took down the video or anything. So why am I calling you? So it was just more or less like, to her, she didn't see anything she did wrong. She was just making Dyna Ekwueme understand that this was not a big deal. Why would you pick my call? Even if you felt I was attacking you, okay, I've tried to call you, you didn't pick. You should have called me when you're settled, when you're calm, to like say, I didn't like what you did. And maybe at that point in time, you would have understood that I wasn't even talking to you. But in the end of it, Dana explained that that's who she is. Whenever she feels a certain type of vibe from somebody, whenever she's disappointed in someone, she just locks up. Whenever she has high expectations of you or from you, and you disappoint her, because that's what she said. She said she was disappointed in Nelo. She just locks up, and it's because of her past experiences and all whatnot. And Nelo was just letting us see that, if you lock up at everything your friends do, you would be lonely. You won't have friends. And I really don't know about being lonely or not having friends, because the truth of the matter is, not everybody really wants to have friends. Some people just want a smaller circle. So I guess she has a small circle she's comfortable with, and not everybody will be like Nelo, because the truth of the matter is, Nelo is that kind of person. Even before that video, I've always known how she talks about her friends, how she goes all out for her friends, and how she likes to trash things out as the day hot. And I vibe with both personalities. For some friends, I like to say my mind immediately. Like, this is how it is, immediately, just let you know how I feel. Not just friends, anybody. If you do something I don't like, I like to talk about it immediately. But for some people, I just feel, I don't think we're even that close. Maybe we're just falling out. So let me just let you be. And I let that thing I have in my mind that I don't know for a certain that that's the case. I just let it manifest and be like, this is who this person is. Let me just leave her in her space. Oh, she has exed me, she doesn't care about me anymore. And that's one thing I think I've learned from this reconciliation, knowing that if you care about somebody, whether or not you have a as in you have a big space in that person's heart, or you occupy a big space in that person's heart, if you care about the person and you want to know alpha, you want to know what's wrong, what's going on, I think it's best for you to reach out to that person in the best way possible. Let the person know your mind. Is that person's response that will not let you know how far, what you're going to do moving forward. If, oh, this person is really my friend and is worth fighting for our friendship, or it's not worth it. Like, there's no point having assumptions because it manifests. Like, imagine about a whole year, close to a year of not talking to one another because of what you thought in your mind, because of what you assumed. That Nelo tried her best to reach out to her. She didn't even know why Diana didn't pick her calls. Diana didn't pick up. Nelo also gave up, and they both just went their separate ways. And the ego, the pride, the same misunderstanding kept them apart. They will have done a lot of things together as friends, as YouTubers, but they couldn't. Obviously, they grew individually, and that's part of life. Like, we're always going to grow, but just imagine how things would have gotten better, how differently things would have been if this picture is getting long, but I just have to express myself, how differently things would have been if they just said their mind, if Diana had picked the call. Like, just pick up. If someone is calling you, even if you're disappointed, okay, you might be angry at that point in time, but the moment your mind is settled, like, this was once your friend, you guys had things in common, you guys liked each other. So even if she did something you don't like and you don't pick her call, when you are calm, call her back, do your part, call her back, make her understand the reason why you didn't pick her call. Then from there on, you guys will know how you move on, how you're going to settle your issues or trash out your issues. But you didn't pick her call and she didn't call you back. And subsequent videos Nelo made Diana even much more assured that yes, it is me this girl is coming for. Because she said Nelo made a video where they were talking about 3 YouTubers you like or something, and Nelo did not even call her name. And that's how the assumptions, the misunderstandings keep building up. You keep having these assumptions, you keep having these misunderstandings, and it just like manifests like, oh, this one is not even a good person, she's not my friend, I don't even know what happened, what I even thought, how I became friends with this person. So the lesson here is, don't assume. Whenever there is a misunderstanding, try to communicate. This is what you think, right? Okay, why not communicate with the person? Why not explain to the person, call the person, tell the person, this is what I feel you're doing and it's not right, I don't like it, so that you're giving the person the opportunity to defend herself. This is not the case, this is not it, it's not like that. And if the person is really doing it, the person will also say, what's there, I don't care about you anymore, whatever, you're annoying, you're this. At least you already know, you've reached out and you've seen the reality, you've seen, okay, this is where this person stands. I'm so happy that I was able to watch that video. I hope they are able to, grow, because after the whole argument and everything, after them hugging and settling, they still have to go back to their own various, corner to think about it on their own. And that's what I do. I can argue. I might accept some things, but I might not accept everything completely. But what I try to do to myself or for myself is I look inwards, you understand? I try to think of it. Okay, where did I go wrong? Diana was able to accept where she went wrong. Obviously, Nelly, there was nothing Nelly could really accept because she didn't, to her, in her mind, except if she's not saying the truth, but in her mind, she felt, I didn't care about your comments. When I was making that reaction video, I wasn't even thinking of you. And she has her sister to vouch for her on that, because her sister said she called her and asked her, and it was just obvious that Diana was not on Nelo's mind when she was making that reaction video. So Nelo didn't really have anything to say she did wrong, but obviously she was willing to analyze the matter. She was willing to talk about it till the end. That's to show that she's a good friend. That's to show that yes, we might not be best of friends, but I still rate you. And I like the fact that they were able to talk about, okay, where do we move on from here? Like, where do we move on? Where do we go from here? And that's just the most important thing. After analyzing everything, what's the way forward? And I just wish them the very best. One thing I want people to take from this is, if you don't know the whole story about any situation, don't jump into conclusions. Don't jump to just make a reaction video just because you want to talk, just because you want views, just because sometimes some people talk about things as if they've always wanted people to come for this person. So it's more or less like, finally, yes, this is what I've always wanted. Like, you wanted them to fall out, or you wanted there to be a split. The truth of the matter is, if these people are genuine people, they are good people, there's something will bring them back together. Even though it wasn't Wadamaya, something would have brought them back together. The good thing is, it was Wadamaya. Thanks to God for that. But it could have been anybody else. And I know they learned from it. Yes, you could have said, oh, what if Wadamaya did not come? Thank God he came. And thank God they've learned from their mistake. The time they spent without one another, they've grown individually. And now they'll be able to grow together as friends. One thing you have to understand, and one thing Nelo also has to understand, and anybody has to understand, is the friend you are dealing with, you have to understand that she can't be like you. I have friends that are very quiet. Like, they don't even post anything on social media. And I'm the kind of person that at least I like to post once in a while. They don't even like to be noticed on social media. They only like to observe. I can't force them to do that. So that's just it. So we are unique. You have to understand the kind of friend you have. And don't also have assumptions, because Nelo had assumptions that Diana's relationship with her was more or less like transactional, because she doesn't know where Diana stays. She doesn't know a lot of things about Diana. And Diana defended herself. Diana said, it's because of her past experience. It's not because of its transactional. It's because I'm just trying to be careful. I don't know the kind of person you are entirely. I met you on here, so I don't know the kind of person you are. That's the reason why I'm trying to stay guarded, and there are people like that. So I just want to keep rambling. This is just my own point of view. I really enjoyed watching the video, and I'm so glad that I didn't make conclusions on them. Yes, at some point I'm like, oh, why is Nelo like this? Oh, why is Diana too quiet? Because we hear a lot of things, but Diana doesn't talk about it on her videos. But I didn't make any judgments. I tried my best to understand individual personalities and just enjoy their contents, differently, because they are two different, unique content creators. And you guys should just learn to stop making conclusions. Don't always add don't always add fuel to the fire. Try to always see the good in people. Like, that's one thing I'm learning to do. See the good in people first before you judge them for their bad. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I made sense. It's funny that after a while, and I decided to come back to make a video. I'm making a reaction video about two big YouTubers in Nigeria, but it is what it is. Anyways, I hope you guys learned something from what I learned, or I hope you guys learned something, or you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. What do you think about friendship? What do you think about relationships? What do you think, Sha? That's just it. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section, and see you guys in my next video. I'll try my best. Like, if you guys like this type of video, I'll try my best to talk about, because a lot of issues I always want to talk about, things that happen on social media, about life, but I just don't know. Something just makes me not talk about it. I don't know. Like, I talk about it with my husband, with my friends, with my cousins, but instead of me to just come here, turn on the camera and talk, I find it very hard to do. So I'll try my best to do more of it, and see you guys later. So guys, before I go, make sure you subscribe to this channel, please. I know I'm a very, very, very tiny YouTuber, but please help me grow. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and hit that bell so that every time I post something, at least you get to see what I post. I love to talk about life. I love to motivate people. I love to talk about business once in a while, because I'm an entrepreneur. I also start showing you some lifestyle videos, like just few things I do. Yeah, show you some lifestyle videos. And I also like to make food vlogging. I like to cook, so I like to post videos of whatever I cook. Just join this family. There might be something amongst all these things I do that you like and you gel with. So make sure you join this family. See you next time. Take care.